Hey guys, welcome back to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast, season 3, episode 29. Now, I'm actually recording this in the past. This is actually a pre-recorded podcast, as they all kind of are, although this is, now that you're listening to this has actually been recorded 2 weeks in the past. And I've got an exclusive for you guys today. I've got an amazing exclusive. It is literally, this instrument only dropped now, even though you're listening to this 2 weeks in the future from when I'm recording it. This only dropped, 4 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago. Brand new instrument. It's part of the Session Guitarist series by Native Instruments. It is Electric Mint. We did speak about it on the podcast when it dropped, and we're just going to have a play with it today. We're doing a different format today. It's not the regular going through all the latest software and hardware news that happens throughout the week. Of course, I'm on holidays as this podcast goes live. And if you are watching this on YouTube and you just want to get straight to the Electric Mint audio and me messing around with it, you can skip through all of this. But let me just get the introductions out of the way. Thank you so much for joining me. What is this podcast about? Well, it is, of course, about music technology, music gear, audio, hardware, and software. We cover it here on the channel. And I'll be back next week with our regular format, going over all the latest and greatest. And for those of you who are regular, you know the drill. You know what this is about. You know you can support me, buy me a coffee, link down below. But let's just get stuck straight into Session Guitarist Electric Mint. This is a freaking really fun instrument. Yes, it's the exclusive today. This is my surprise for you guys today. So I've got a copy here and we're going to play with it. I've got it loaded into Ableton Live. I've already made like a little track with it, and I have to say it is a lot of fun to work with, and I'll show you exactly why that is. But before we do, let's have a quick overview again of the Electric Mint Session Guitarist instrument here. So what is it? It's a slick 6-string songwriter. So it's your songwriting companion. Look, the way I see it is, if you ever needed a session guitarist, this really lives up to its name because it does it for you. It pretty much, you could get the rhythm and you could get the riffs that you want with this instrument. There's so many presets on it. I'm going to go through those in a second. So the signature sound of a solid body electric guitar with 3 combinable single coil pickups. You got 222 strummed and picked patterns. That's a lot, spanning a range of genres, and choose from a selection of chord progressions or play your own melodies. Spark fresh ideas. So Electric Mint captures the distinct flavor of one of the world's most recognized solid body electric guitars, sampled from an original vintage 1960s USA model. Whether you're spinning silky licks or soulful grooves, tearing it up with a roaring solo, or sitting in the pocket with a popping funk line, Electric Mint delivers timeless tones to the freshest productions and patterns, and built-in MIDI chord progressions for any style packed into one playable instrument. And you can switch up your sounds from rock and roll to soul, funk to R&B, reggae to drill, and everything in between. The Electric Mint model, oh, they got drill in there. What? The Electric Mint model brought 6-string to the heart of popular music. With 3 combinable pickups, unlocking a world of tone control, it soon solidified its place as the go-to tool for some of the most iconic guitarists of the last 5 decades. And it's got drag and drop MIDI, which is really cool. I'll show you that as well. So a powerful rig in a compact package, dial in the tone from the instrument itself, blend in vintage dynamic microphone signal, and send it through a collection of amps and new speaker cabinet emulations, and browse an extended library of 71 sound presets from DI and clean to tones to crunchy and high gain. Keep it simple or build monstrous effect chains with an expansive collection of studio grade effects. And included in the new supercharger GT compressor, cry wah effect to emulate typical wah wah patterns, and convolution reverb to hear your amp in different rooms. Now, one thing I will say, I'm going to have a link to Electric Mint down below. So if you love today's demo, you can click on the link. It is an affiliate link. You're supporting your boy, you're supporting the channel, but you're also supporting yourself because there's an intro price at the moment. And that's only if you like this instrument, of course. And I'm going to show it off for you how I've used it in a little ditty that I've put together. I mean, it's just a bit of fun. I've made a loop. It's not even really a song, but you should be able to get an idea of what you could do with this. This is a lot of fun. Now, it's got 2 ways to create. So you can kickstart your songwriting process with ease using the new genre tabs in the browser and click on a song preset for an instant preview of the pattern and effects. And you can explore a range of 4-bar chord progressions from each pattern and drag the progressions, phrases, and voicings into your DAW to create your own customized parts. So Electric Mint also comes with an improved playback engine for even more realistic funk patterns. And lifelike licks. So to do-it-yourself session plan now in your DAW, be inspired by the included phrases, voicings, and chord progressions, or get hands-on with crafting your own voicings and phrases that retain the original rhythm. With patterns covering a vast range of genres, playing styles, articulations, and techniques, use them to spark fresh song ideas or add the perfect finishing touches. And you got lifelike licks. A dedicated melody instrument allows you to perform with fingers or a plectrum. Now, that's pretty cool, actually. So you can actually, if you have the right MIDI controller, you can really sort of get it to sound, I guess, realistic. And whilst the engine generates realistic hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, legato, and more, after the decay of the muted notes, decay of the muted notes and shift accents between downbeats and offbeats, dial in swing, and humanize the lock-in with your composition. And choose between tremolo bar and finger vibrato for expressive pitch control. So let's just jump over. Let's do it now. Let's jump over to Ableton Live, where I have it. Have a bit of session guitarist here. So here it is here. Pull it in a bit closer. All right, so let me just show you. So you can, before we get into all the different presets, I'm going to show you my song here because there's a funky little groove. So let me play back what I've done here, and you'll hear session guitarist Electric Mint, for that matter, playing. So here we go. I'll just turn this lead off. So you can hear it there. Turn the bass off. A little beat going there. Turn my beat off. That's all I've got. So I just got like a little loop going. Funky, sort of soulful beat. I was going for something slow, summery. And then I love bass lines. So put the bass line back in. And I bet you can guess which bass that is. If you listen to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast, you know what bass I'm using. In fact, you can probably see it up there. And then I just added a little bit of synth lead over the top. You ready? Anyway, you get the idea. So you got a nice little funky groove there, and we're just using one of the patterns from one of the presets. So now there is a little bit of a delay on this track. We'll see how we go. Might have to open up a new track, but I'll just show you. You can't see my keys, but my MIDI controller is just below me here. So if I play a single note, you can hear them. It's a really nice preset we got there. Now we got slides. And you got mutes. So how do I explain that? So if you land on a note and you press the slide, see, you can make it go, the accent go down on the slide. I think you can make it go up as well. Where is it? I gotta find it. There's a mute here. Let's try to mute. So we go. So you can stop the note instead of having it decay out. So I can do the mute again, and then I'll do the slide again. I think there's a slide up, but I can't find it. Anyway, and then you've got these patterns which you can control on the MIDI controller as well. It's a bit weird because you can't see my MIDI controller on the camera here. It is definitely below me. So if I hold this down, it should play one of the patterns here. Oh, hang on, wrong one. Let's get it right. So there's a tremolo. Well, that sounds kind of Mexican. So we got open. And we got muted. Where was muted again? And we got flange dot and tremolo. Now we can get it to play the patterns as well. I think we just got to hit play here. Let's try this. There we go. There's our patterns. So this gives you an example of a pattern, and I think I've just used this in my track. If we jump back over to Ableton, so I'll stop that pattern there, and I've literally, there's this drag and drop here. So I've found the pattern I liked. Oh my God, Ableton's gone tiny on the screen. And then I've just dragged and I've dropped it like that. And if we jump, I'll just close Contact Player for a sec. We jump over. I know that if you're listening on the podcast, it might be a bit hard to visualize, but if you know Ableton Live, you should kind of get what I'm saying here. And you can see the MIDI down here, okay? If you are listening to the podcast, jump over to YouTube, #subscribe, Emlyn in the mix right now. Shame on you for not doing it earlier. But that's basically all I've done. And then I've just added it all together in the mix with some beats and some bass, and you got this funky little groove. Okay, so we get the idea. So you can go through, let's go through some of the presets now before we get into some of this other stuff here. So heaps of presets here, okay? So you got mini pop, sorry, mint pop. Jesus. That's really nice. We'll go through a few here. So these are all the patterns you could use. And you can also search by genre, as we read when we were reading back off the website there. So let's choose EDM. Interesting. Let's see, palm tree, soul food. This is what I've used, I think. Haven. That's faster, isn't it? Mellow. It sounds really good. Melody. Tomorrow. Wow. Oh, that's nice. Good old R&B, that's sick. If we clicked on that, now this might change because I've changed my preset here. I don't know what it's going to do to my track actually. Let's have a listen. Well, it's still playing in the same key and scale. Well, I don't know if it will sound good. Oh. Ooh. Should we have a listen? Will it work? Wow, the bass. Nah, the bass is not right anymore. Take the bass off. So you could just start making a new track, and you might need to reprogram your bass. My bass and my lead won't work with this. Now, another thing I'll show you is that you can go to your guitar settings, and here you can totally customize the way you want your guitar to sound. So let's just have a play with it. So you got, before we do play with it, I'll just show you quickly. So you got electric signal here, volume, tone, microphone, volume, you got your muted notes, noise, and tuning. I'm just gonna have a play with it. Here we go. So let's play with the decay. Nice. Turn the fret noise up. Can actually change where the pickup is. Wow, it totally changes the sound. Ooh, right down the bridge. Ooh, so good. I like it there. Change the mic's position and volume. And then you got once we go through there, we can change. We've got a whole bunch of amps and effects here as well. And so we can add different things, and we can, obviously this preset already has some stuff here, which is really cool. But you can also add, you get a whole bunch of distortion, modulation, studio effects, reverbs, and you got your cabs down here as well. But if we close that for a sec, so this preset's already got some. I know it's going to be a bit hard if you are watching us here on YouTube. I'll try and make it as big as possible. There we go. Hopefully that's a bit easier. And if you're listening on the podcast, I'll try and tell you what I'm doing here, okay? It's a bit of a different podcast today. It's me messing around in the studio. It's Emlyn in the mix, babe. All right, just kidding. All right, let's look at choral here. Guessing it's a chorusy effects pedal. Here we go. I'm gonna boost it right up. Ooh. Put a bit of feedback on it. Ooh. What's scatter? Wow, I really like that. Jump over to here. This is one of our amps. Oh, you got replica. If you know Native Instruments reverb, replicas here. And we got a filter as well. Let's check out replica. We'll boost it up a bit. Ooh. Wow, it's giving it like almost like a clap sound. Okay, I like that. And then we can mess around with the filter here too. Let's put a low pass on. What's my low pass? Hang on. Let's try this. Oh, is it not on? Oh, we don't want that resonance. Here we go. There we go. It wasn't on. That's cool. Then I could automate that filter. Because it's Native Instruments, you got all these really quality effects already. I like that. And then you got a solid EQ, and you've also got a tape emulator here, which we can add some warmth to when I bring the cutoff back up. I've obviously really messed with the sound. Turn replica off. That's sick. And you could automate these on and off. Back on. How good's that? A bit of saturation. Woo, 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 woo. Oh. Sorry. All right, cool. I think we get a pretty decent idea of what you can do in the back end there. The effects and amps, the amps and effects section is surprisingly very comprehensive and pretty intuitive as well. Like, not hard to sort of work out what you're doing there. You've obviously got your chain. If we go back here, you got your chain and you can add your different effects. It looks like you can have 7 in a row. Maybe you can have more. I'm not sure, but I mean, I don't know. Why would you need more than 7 pedals or 7 little effects and amp emulators there? I think that's plenty to play with. And you can customize, adjust them, so forth. I mean, we've barely scratched the surface here. We're just looking at EDM. Let's maybe let's try disco. So then you're going to have another bunch of presets that will fit that genre. So let's just try a new one. Funky Magic. Nice. Let's have a look at another one. La Funk. That's cool. I like this. We'll have a look. Oh, I love La Funk. We might come back to that. Oh, that's really cool. All right. Let's go back. All right, I think I'm sold on La Funk. All right, so we got La Funk here, right? So we play the pattern. Choose the pattern we like. This is B, or we got C. All right, I like D. So say we like this pattern D, we just drag and drop. Let's see if that works. Just turning my other instruments off here. Let's play it back. Okay, so now it's added the correct MIDI for that. How good does that sound already? Now disco is usually a bit quicker, but I'll put my drums. It's a very simple 4 to the floor beat I've got here in XO. So now we can do a disco something or other. We've got a bunch of presets here. Change the EQ. We got 2 solid comps. Turn the phases up. Can mess with it. Nice. I like this twang here. It's a really nice sounding amp. And you can also, there is a way you can change sort of the way it's played. So you've got, up here you've got your vibrato. You can change the way the finger is played. Oh, there's one thing also I wanted to show you when you're playing MIDI notes. So if we, hang on a sec, we've got to hit record here on our MIDI. Oh, this is a bit of a hard preset to hear what's going on. Hang on, let me just turn that phases off. That's a lot of fun. There we go. Listen to this. If you have a, I mean, you don't have to have an MPE controller, but I have this little MPE controller, which you can't even see. It's the Rolly. Yes, I love this thing. I love it because it hooks up via Bluetooth, but this has like a pitch bend modulation on each key. And listen to it. I hope this works, by the way. I did this before the podcast. It was working. This preset's... Is that? Nah, it doesn't sound like it's working. But anyway, on one of the presets, you could actually pitch bend the modulation. I wonder why that's not working now. Great example, Emlyn. Great example. Anyway, you can do it. It can be done. I was doing it before the podcast. Maybe just not this preset. Let me check on my other MIDI controller. Because you got... Yeah, so you can do some modulation, which that'll change the vibrato. I don't know if you can hear that. I mean, look, all in all, I'm not even really a great keys player, and I'm not a guitar player at all. And all in all, for me to be able to just mess around, choose some presets, find some things, I can obviously adjust this little pattern here if I'm not happy with it and sort of get it to where I'm happy. You know, you can go in and change individual notes. I don't know if that'd be a good idea because I don't even know what scale this is. It'll probably screw everything up, but you could get in there and just change it and then it will alter the whole pattern more or less. Or you can just drag and drop the different patterns and have your track sort of evolving over time. And you can also change what key it's in too. Like if you want to change the key, because if your song is in a different key to what these patterns in the actual preset are playing, you can do that. It's all customizable. You can save your own preset too if you're loving it. I don't know what link to song means. Not sure. Maybe that's tempo synced or something. I actually don't know. But I mean, all in all, very intuitive, very fun, very easy to navigate around. It is electric mint. I hope I've covered what you wanted to say on this. I mean, if you have any questions and you're watching us on YouTube or even on the podcast, you can email me. Emails on there, emlyninthemix@gmail.com. Or you can leave a comment down below if you're watching us on YouTube and you have a question about it. But I'm going to have a link down below, affiliate link, to go and get this if you like this and you need a good sounding guitar. I mean, this, in my opinion, I've played with a few of these session guitarists and they're all great, but this is probably I have to be honest, I think this is my favorite. I just like the sound of it. I don't know if it's what they were talking about at the start of this podcast where I read the website. It's the solid body. It's the one you hear in most pop tracks. Maybe that's why I like it. It just has that sound, like the sound of being able to produce a very polished sounding song. You know, it sounds really good. And I feel like that's maybe what Electric Mint does when I hear it. But whatever it is, whatever your style, you can of course humanize it. And you can change the way it's played as well, so it's not like so perfect. You can make it sound a little bit less perfect, if that makes sense. And even being able to change like where the pickup selection is, amazing how much that changes the sound here. I think it's here we go. This is what we want to, let's just show you this quickly because we didn't show you. You got the humanize and the swing here. And let me just show you how you sort of mess with it a bit here. So let me play it here for you. All right, so we'll put a humanize in it. So you got quantized, so that's right on the beat. It's gonna make it sound really good for like a dance track because it's boom, boom, boom. Or we get it human. This is human now. Not 100%, so man, it's pretty good. And we put swing on it. So you can really sort of changes the vibe, doesn't it? Like the whole rhythm changes. They can do it on the downbeat. So you can actually change the way the swing is being hit or on offbeat. Actually, we turn the swing off. Ready? Okay, we go where 50%. So we get a little bit of swing. That's on the offbeat. That's on the downbeat. Oh, and then you can shift it here by milliseconds. Wow. Nah, it's right off. We don't want that. We can have it going forward. And he's playing. Yeah, it's too much. Really nice. Change it on to 8s. Wow, it changes the whole vibe, doesn't it? It's crazy. And then listen to this when I change the pickup selection again. I love that. Put doubling on. You ready? Ooh, groovy. I love that. Anyway, guys, I honestly, you can see I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I could just play with this all day. Like, it's literally so much fun. So if you need a good sounding session guitarist, I think Electric Mint fits the bill. Link is down below if you want to go out and get yourself this. It is affiliate link. You'll be supporting your boy, supporting the podcast, but you're also doing yourself a favor and getting this amazing instrument. What more? What have you got to lose? Thank you so much, guys, for joining me week to week on this podcast. For those of you who are regular, and for those of you who are new, thank you for putting up with me and all my ramblings that I do. Thank you so much. That's why I have a podcast, but I do have the YouTube channel as well, where it's less rambling, it's more edited. Those videos come and go, so definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like music technology, you like that sort of thing where I do more cut down sort of videos. But if you like the whole experience of just sort of being here live, it's not live, it's pre-recorded, but if you like that, then consider subscribing. Hit the like button, help others find this video by hitting that like button. It definitely helps get these videos into YouTube algorithm. If you don't like it, they don't go into the YouTube algorithm, and no one ever discovers these videos. And that's really sad, because some people might want to learn about Electric Mint and how does it sound, and not everyone can just go out and buy Electric Mint. They need to experience it before they make a decision to actually get it. So that would be helping others discover this amazing, very amazing instrument. I have to say, Native Instruments living up. They're really living up to their, not to their name. I mean, Native Instruments, cool name, right? But they're really just, they're keeping it really creative these last few years. I'm really happy to see that Native Instruments keep dropping great instruments such as this one, the Electric Mint, no exception at all. All right, guys, we'll be back next week. Regular format for Emlyn in the Mix, going through boom, 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 specials, boom, 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 whatever it is, with brand new technology, music gear, studio gear, recording software, you name it, we'll be covering it here on the channel. I can't wait to be back with you guys, and thank you again. All right, peace out, guys. Boom.